Okay, hi everyone, welcome back, and in this update we are going to check out Ethereum Classic's price chart, and as you can see, what we pretty much said actually happened in here. Because if you remember in the previous video, I think we were right around this area, and the idea was that we are having most likely a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up off of the lowest low, followed by a correction down, maybe an ABC zigzag, which means, well, in the short term, at least for the next couple of days, this might be a bit of a bullish setup, and we said we can expect at least another move on the upside, but the move itself is not really that important. What really matters is the shape of that move. So what is going on in here? Here's the deal. You might be able to argue from here to about this high, we have completed like a 5 wave on a higher degree. However, I think that may not be necessarily the case, or at least let me just say this. It's not going to be my primary scenario. Why? I'm going to argue, according to my primary case, that this is a 1 correction for wave 2, maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up into wave 3, excuse me, correction for 4, another move up into wave 5. So in other words, we are having in here 2 sets of 5 waves on the upside, and between them a correction structure, potentially an A, B, C zigzag. Now here's a very important point, and I need you to pay full attention to what I'm about to say. I think in Ethereum Classic we are kind of at a key moment. Why is that? Because if this is a bullish setup and maybe the low is already in, then okay, we have to see a consolidation pattern, a very slow and choppy move on the downside, followed by yet another 5 wave up, in order for us to be able to say, you know what, maybe this is a 1, 2, 5 up into wave 3, correction for 4, another move up into wave 5, suggesting maybe some sort of a low in here about $16.50 is already in. What you do not want to see is a rather a strong move down, meaning probably, yes, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 without a lot of overlapping of the waves, in order to take this important slow down here about $16.8. Why is that? Because at that point you are going to see me saying with a decent bit of confidence that, you know what, these are unfortunately just sub waves for an ABC zigzag, suggesting after this move is over, or maybe it's over already, we are going to continue our move down in order to take the lowest low in here for the first target, about $16.4. But after it, I'm thinking we may go a bit lower than that. And if we go according to that scenario, at that point, I need you to have your eyes on this important low about $15.5. Why is that important? Because if we do go down and take the lows in here, at that point, overall, finding a bullish count in here starting from the lowest low about $13 is going to be extremely challenging, and maybe we're gonna have to argue that, you know what, this was just a correction up, either an ABC or maybe a WXY, not really important, generally suggesting we are going to basically continue our move down in order to take the lowest low all the way down here. So for now in Ethereum Classic, all eyes should be on the current move and see what is going to happen to it. And if you want to put a gun in my head, I'm going to say probably the bearish count is going to play out, meaning this is an ABC zigzag, and soon we can expect another move down. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Ethereum Classic. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.